From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
Right now on the Afternoon Edition, a busy travel time as we head into the Labor Day weekend. The last getaway of the summer is now underway. Good afternoon, I'm Elizabeth Cook. You can expect extra traffic on the roads and the skies this holiday weekend. Today, our bounce back coverage turns to the Oakland International Airport. All week, we've showcased innovators challenging doom loop headlines in the East Bay City, from a family creating an oasis in a food desert to volunteers stepping up for safer streets in Chinatown. Today, we're at the Oakland Airport for the holiday travel rush. Airport officials expect more than 210,000 travelers to pass through its terminals over the long holiday weekend. That's nearly 88% of pre-pandemic air traffic levels. And one of the busiest travel days at the airport will be today. That's why airport officials are urging people to prepare. The Labor Day travel rush is marking the end of a record-setting summer travel season. Our Sean Chitness has been at a crowded Oakland Airport. He has more now on how things are going.
It's a busy day here at the airport, but things are moving, and that early morning rush that was for some of the first flights out of the airport has come and gone. Take a look at the situation right now for security. TSA line starting to grow a little bit again, but not as long as we saw when we first arrived shortly before 6 a.m. Take a look at the line that was going well past security, around baggage claim, and then out to the entrance of the terminal here at Terminal 2. That line maintained for about an hour or so, and then the situation got a lot better. Talking to someone in the line who was headed to Las Vegas, he showed up 3 hours before his flight. He was surprised to see how long the line was, but he also said it's a great sign for the need and the value that this airport brings to not only Oakland, but the East Bay.
People who would prefer to come to Oakland and leave instead of crossing the bay and going into San Francisco or going down to San Jose, it's exciting to see that, there's enough economic stability in Oakland for people to do this on holidays and go out and travel and things like that. So I think it says a lot.
And so far this morning, we've only seen a few delays reported on the board, so that is a good sign for flights that are still scheduled later in the day. But of course, airport officials will remind you again and again, come here extra early, as this is supposed to be the busiest day of travel for the holiday weekend. Back to you.
And if you're also hitting the road this weekend, a major closure on Interstate 80 will impact thousands of drivers between Sacramento and the Bay Area this holiday weekend. Starting last night, westbound I-80 is closed from 780 in Vallejo to State Route 4 in Hercules. That includes the Carquinez Bridge, and it will stay closed for the entire Labor Day weekend as Caltrans paves miles of concrete and makes repairs on the westbound side. Speaking of the holiday weekend, let's get a look at our weather with First Alert meteorologist Jessica Birch. Hey, Jess.
Hey, it's been kind of cloudy along the whole coastline. We've also been seeing those high clouds sweep their way into our inland areas. Travel delays, no issues by any means at the airports, at least. We're just seeing these clouds sweep through. We even had a little bit of drizzle in the forecast for us just in areas closer to San Francisco, where over at SFO right now, you can see that cloud layer really holding on tight. The camera right before, that was the San Jose Airport. A little bit more sunshine down in the Santa Clara Valley. Now, the reason why we're seeing cooler temperatures today in these cloudy skies, well, we have low pressure just offshore. It's allowing for a splash of showers in the forecast for us today, but heading into this weekend, just in time for Labor Day, it moves out. We're going to be seeing sunnier skies and warmer temperatures right around the corner. But what's interesting is just 2 days ago, we were forecasting triple digits off in the East Bay. Suddenly today, we're in the low 70s. That's a really big change if you ask me. And that area of low pressure really did change the forecast for us this afternoon. We're seeing cooler conditions, cloudy skies, but then that turns into sunshine just in time for that long weekend. On Monday, we're going to be sitting in the upper 80s, just in our inland areas, mid 60s in time for Labor Day along the coast. Now back to you.
All right, Jess, thanks so much. Now for a look at today's top stories. President Biden will head to Florida tomorrow to survey the damage from Hurricane Idalia. Cleanup efforts are underway after Idalia ripped through the southeast. It's a tough reality for residents as they return to empty lots and businesses that are completely wiped out. The storm is responsible for at least 2 deaths, one in Georgia, one in Florida, and a lot of people lost their homes. Idalia is now a post-tropical cyclone. It's currently churning out in the Atlantic Ocean, and the storm is expected to run through Bermuda this weekend. Now, in the wake of the Pac-12 collapse, Bay Area college sports teams are finding a new home. The Atlantic Coast Conference, or the ACC, is expanding west, offering Cal and Stanford spots in its league. The ACC presidents and chancellors met today to add the two Bay Area schools in addition to SMU. Both Stanford and Cal tweeted a short time ago they accepted. The additions will be in all sports and will begin in the 2024-2025 school year. Emeryville police say they've identified a person of interest in a stabbing during a massive fight at the Bay Street Mall on Sunday. Investigators say this teen may have been involved. The teenager who was stabbed was hospitalized but is expected to recover. We'll still